Okay, so this is a condensed workshop for completing your working recipe. Here I have a spinach salad. My ingredients are spinach, almond slivers, sunflower seeds, and dressing. The first thing I'm going to do is try to find units that make sense to measure each of my ingredients. If you need help doing that, check out this cooking units of measurement Google Doc that's linked in the agenda for October 13th, Tuesday, October 13th. Okay, so 250 milliliters of spinach. Some measurements that make sense to me are ounces. Cups would also make sense to me for measuring spinach. For measuring any vegetable, cups would make sense. The next thing I have is almond slivers. Now, ounces would be a good way to measure almond slivers, but I already have ounces here. So I need to find a different unit to convert to. Again, I'm going to think cups. I'm also going to put tablespoons. Okay. When I'm looking at 32 cubic centimeters of sunflower seeds are pretty small, so I'm going to try teaspoons. I'm also going to try tablespoons. And if I need to, I can try cups, because that would also make sense. And then for teaspoons of dressing, I'm going to try ounces. I'm also going to try tablespoons. Just anywhere where there's teaspoons, I'm going to try tablespoons. So starting with the spinach, if I'm going from milliliters to ounces here, I'm going to look up a converter, milliliters to ounces. And I have 250 milliliters. That gives me 8.45 ounces. Going back to my expression down here. Do any of my coefficients, which are the numbers before the variables are the letters, do any of my coefficients match 8.45? Well, anywhere where there's not a coefficient, I can assume there's a 1 there. We just have 1g. 1/4 is not equal to 8.45. 2 is not equal to 8.45. And 3/2, let's see what that's equal to. 1.5. I'm going to make a note of that down here. So none of those are equal to 8.45, which is what I got when I converted milliliters to ounces. So I'm probably not going to have ounces of spinach. Let's try doing cups now of spinach, milliliters to cups. There are 250 milliliters, and that gives me 1.05 cups. Again, going back to my recipe, looking at the expression, is there 1.05? There's 1, 1/4, 2, and 1.5 here. Even though there's not exactly 1.05, 1 is super, super close to 1.05. So I am going to keep my cups. So 250 milliliters of spinach converts to about 1 cup of spinach. And I also need to put my variable here, so I can remember which part of the expression represents that ingredient. I'm going to put it in a different color so I know I'm done with that one. Okay, now let's go to almond slivers. Measurements that made sense to me were cups and also tablespoons. So I'm going to do ounces, 2 cups. I had 2 ounces of almonds. That gives me 0.25 cups. Okay, so I'm already done with this. I already used that. I have 1/4, which when I put that in my calculator, 1 divided by 4, I get 0.25. Hold on. When I converted ounces to cups, I also got 0.25. So that's another one that I'm going to add down here. 1 divided by 4 equals 0.25. So I don't even need to check out my tablespoons because my cups worked out. It was 1/4 cup. And then in my expression, that is 1/4 Q. So I'm always checking what I get as a conversion with the coefficients in my expression. The next thing that I have are cubic centimeters of sunflower seeds. So I'm thinking teaspoons, tablespoons, maybe cups. Let's try teaspoons first. So cubic centimeters to teaspoons. I had 32 cubic centimeters, and I got 6.49. I'm just going to round that to 6.5. Going back to my expression, do my remaining terms have a 6.5 in front of them? I have a 2, and I have a 1.5, but I don't have a 6.5. Teaspoons don't work, so I'm just going to cross that out. My next measurement that I wanted to try was tablespoons. I have 32 cubic centimeters, and that gives me about 2.16 tablespoons. Do I have a 2.16? I have a 2, and I have a 1.5. The 2 is pretty close, though. 2.16 is pretty close to 2. So I am going to keep the tablespoons. So it converts to about 2 tablespoons, and 2t is my variable. If I just want to make sure, I can do cubic centimeters to cups and see what we get. And I got 0.13. I don't have a coefficient that's 0.13. So I know that this is correct. Last one is the dressing, going from teaspoons to either ounces or tablespoons. 3/2 or 1.5 is the only term that I have left. So I need my conversion to match 1.5. So if I'm going from teaspoons to ounces, how many teaspoons was it? 4.5. That equals 0.75. That is not 1.5, which is what I need. So let's try going from teaspoons to tablespoons. And again, I had 4.5 teaspoons. Perfect. That gives me 1.5 tablespoons. So I know ounces is not correct. Tablespoons is correct. And now I am done converting my units for my recipe.